you look at American history, every time, it looks like, wait a minute, before we get to revolution, let me just say something. Every time in the history of this country when things have got totally out of whack, and I'm talking about the 1880s and 1890s and 1920s and 1950s, every time in this country when things have got out of whack, you know what happens? People rise up.
Today, October 1st, it's 2011, and I'm in LA at this thing called Occupy LA, and as far as I can tell, nothing's going on. It bores me. Today's the first day, and they're going to have some people spend the night in tents and sleeping bags. And you know, maybe out of that commitment, it'll inspire other people to say, you know, it's worthy of their time to come out because other people are committed. You know, probably tops 1,000 people are here this morning. They did some marching, but you know, everybody does that. You know, the maids do that for their labor union rights. You know, and what happens there, right? So, you know, it's, like I said, it's the first day of Occupy LA. Maybe in a couple days something will happen, but you know, whatever. I'm just glad. I guess I'm glad people are coming out, but you know, there's nothing happening here yet. Today is October 2nd. It's the second day of this thing called Occupy LA. I'm in downtown Los Angeles. It's the end of the day, beginning of the night. There were some people that spent the night, and there's a lot of people this here. And I don't know, it's again kind of boring me and underwhelming me. It's you know, it has all the elements that are good. People getting together, kind of defining what unity is, groupthink, that kind of thing, sharing information, whatever. But you know, I hope it doesn't tear it. It may tear itself apart, but you know, it's only the second day, and things are happening in New York, and we'll see how things come about here. Today is October 4th. I'm at this thing called Occupy LA. I'm here with Clark. Clark is the main organizer.
I'm one of the main organizers.
Okay. What do people get out of being here rather than being electronically?
People get the fact that there's many other people that feel the exact same way that they do, and they can have a face-to-face conversation with them over a dinner that has been gifted to them to talk about the issues that have brought them here.
How constant is the size of your crowd? How does it fluctuate?
We have never had less than, I would say, 200 people. We have been flip-flopping back and forth from the sidewalks to the lawn 2 times a day.
Is there an end to this that you foresee?
The idea here is that this continues until our voices are finally taken into account. That our vote counts, our voice counts, and our quest for a just society exists. A lot of these people here are considerably younger than me. They're experiencing now what I've been experiencing for 20 or 30 years. They've been experiencing it for the last 10 years. They feel disenfranchised, displaced, dismissed.
Today is October 6th, 2011. It is the 6th day of this thing called Occupy LA. It rained a lot today, and so you had to make adjustments on the camp itself.
We worked together in a clear and coherent fashion to do what we needed to do to keep the entire media tent up and running, to keep the kitchen up and running, to keep all the other facilities up and running, and to try to keep everyone dry.
Was there a donation of tarps for the rain?
There's been donations of everything at this point in time, including tarps, tents, generators, computers, cameras, PA systems, microphones, water, food, toiletry supplies. I just got a commitment out of a fellow for 2 computers, which we'll use as house computers in the media room, which we haven't had as of yet. He's bringing down additional speakers, PAs, mic cords, cables, and stuff that we've been lacking. I would say within the next few days, we're going to start rounding out our capacity to be broadcasting live continuously from the north yard of of City Hall, but in an effective, clear, and coherent fashion.
How is your relationship with the city officials?
It's really amazing what's happened with the city. I mean, we can't imagine a more positive dialogue at this point in time. We feel like at this point in time that the city has our back. They understand the issues at hand. The city supports our movement because the movement is supportive of the people of the city.
Occupy Wall Street, I believe, published or submitted a formal declaration of occupation to the city of New York.
Yes.
And that is, I'm assuming, an attempt to formalize their specific organization. Does that help also formalize the greater coalition?
I think there's no doubt about it that there is going to be a message that, again, is cohesive throughout the Occupy movement in the United States. I think as these movements mature, we will continue to come together on what we are trying to accomplish and achieve and why we're trying to do that. As what's happening in San Francisco and Seattle with the police brutality and in New York City, as that message is broadcasted across the country, people will understand the importance of joining these movements before they're snuffed out. The sooner we can get more people engaged in this discussion, the more powerful we're going to be.
All right, check 1 2, check. Hello, check. Okay, cool.
Today is October 8th, 2011.
Check.
It is the 8th day of
Occupy
Occupy LA.
What up? I'm Tom Morello. As I was walking up, a couple people came up and shook my hand and said, "Thank you so much for coming." I'm like, this is my damn city too, man. Of course, where else am I gonna be, right? Tooth and bone and wire and skin, scar, dirt and fire. Mic check. It doesn't matter who you are. It does not matter what you say. Flesh shapes the day. Flesh shapes the day.
You can't start building a house until you have a solid foundation. So in the last 8 days, we've been building that solid foundation. 1,500 people here. Everyone's trying to accomplish the same thing. But without any organization or structure, that becomes very challenging. So what we've done, and this has been by a people's vote, is create committees which help manage the process, manage the information, manage the distribution of food, water, safety aspect of it, security aspect of it, first aid, and arts and crafts.
Who came up with the idea of having committees?
That's a very good question. It was almost spontaneous because when we first started meeting in Pershing Square and we talked about forming an organization that was going to occupy City Hall, we needed some structure. As of this morning, for the very first time, we've been able to have a 24-hour live wire feed. We have been able to connect all of the committees together via a committee to help the information flow between the key figures of each committee. Ultimately, allow anybody who comes and joins this movement to find a place for them that they feel comfortable with.
And you guys are going strong now?
Today I think has been our best day, without a doubt. Everything is really starting to come together. You know, the conduit is open, the information is flowing, and the system seems to be working very well.
Let me ask you one final question.
Yes.
What are the chances that Occupy LA is still going to be happening continuously until next Saturday?
I would say with absolute clarity that you can see us here on Saturday.
We have to not only march right here. We not only have to organize and occupy, but we also have to say to DC and that administration in DC that jobs plan, that job program is inadequate. It doesn't solve the problem. We have to stand up for not only who we are right now and where we are right now, but we have to stand up for the future of our children and the future of the world. We have to stand up not only for the future of the world, we have to stand up for the precious Mother Earth that we stand on. And we stand